Jalaba, Jalaba, oh, Jalaba, I Jalaba, oh. Now when you've done everything you know you can, still the problems keep coming. You can't escape if you're running. Then you have no choice but to choose God's plan. What won't bend you won't break you, and He'll never forsake you. So you look up to the hills, because you know that is where your help comes from. Get down on your knees, be still. You know that's just what you got to do, and sure enough He will see you through if you push. Pray until something happens, push. Press the lightning, the button, push. A new door shall be open, Jesus is here, so don't have no fear, just push. Just when you're about to give in, push. That's when God's about to step in, push. For as long as you live in, push, 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 push. Shalaba, I shalaba. Oh, Taladona, Taladona, yeah. Friends and family will lost faith in you, so don't put your faith in mankind, or you might get left behind. Just be transformed and make your mind brand new. As He leads you, just follow, because He holds you tomorrow. Where He leads me, I will go. I know He cares, cause He died to set me free. So I trust Him more and more. When I am weak, I know He is strong. That's why I bruise my knees on the ground and I push. Pray until something happens, push. Press the lightning, the button, push. And new door shall be open, Jesus is here, so don't have no fear, just push. When you're about to give in, push. That's when God's about to step in, push. For as long as you live in, push, 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 push. Every day, push. Every night, everywhere, push.
Oh yeah, take us to Zion, yeah, yeah, yeah. Take us to Zion, take us to Zion, yeah, yeah. In this world there's so much wrong. Some are weak and others are strong. Lord, we know where we belong. That city built upon the hill. Light up our hearts and praise your will. A place where we are safe and still. Some are weeping while others mourning. No joy until the morning comes. While some die, new babies born. Take us to Zion. 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 Men's heart has turned away, doing things that they shouldn't do. People on their knees, Lord, begging for help. When will you come again? When will you talk again? Lord, we need you, yeah. Take me to Zion. Take us to Zion. Yeah. La 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 la. Yeah. Too many threats, too hard to dismiss. The whole world is falling apart. Lord, don't forget us now. Keep us in your thoughts. You said you never leave us. You said you never forget us. But we need a word. Zion. Take us to Zion. Oh, joy, joy, oh, joy in the morning comes. We're waiting for that joy, yeah. Yes, we are. We're waiting for salvation. Yes, we are. Take us home. Take us home. Take us home. God, we need you. Oh, yeah. Take us to Zion. 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 We're waiting for the breakthrough, Lord. Take us home in a time like this. We're praising you. Take us to Zion. Take us to Zion.
People come together, no matter the weather, happy and free. I couldn't wait to see ya, and for some it's nice to meet ya. Oh man, it's so good to see you. Oh hey, it's nice to meet you. Summer come, I can't hardly wait. I just wanna see you again. Summer come, it's time to celebrate. Everyone together again. Summer come, summer come, summer come. It's been a few seasons, and this is the reason. Man, I have missed you so much. Family and friends get together again. You know, we really shouldn't wait this long to see one another. Summer comes, I can hardly wait. I just wanna see you again. Summer comes, it's time to celebrate. Everyone together again. Summer comes, summer comes, summer comes. I just wanna see you again. Summer come, it's time to celebrate, everyone together again. Summer come is here, freedom here. We won't come together 'cause summer is here.
Yes, we love this time of year, don't we? Freedom. Closest to freedom that we feel anyway. risings, grand risings to one and all. Welcome to the Galaxy of We.net on the Grand Rising Show. Here for you, my people, you, my family. How was your day? How have you been? How is it going to be? Yeah? So as we do, and as this emphasis of this program is to think of you, do for you, be with you right now, you and your families. What can we do? Right now, what's on my mind right now is that obviously, coming together in this time of the year, right? We're in the middle of our season, of our summer season. We've had a few couple of days of sunshine, and it's been very, very liberating. Very, very liberating for many of us, for those who have been able to get out and been able to go and enjoy the company of others as well. It's been one of those times that we can just be with each other. The emphasis is on being with each other, the strength and the power that we actually gather from just coming together. One of the things that we have to realize is that just like the energies of the earth, the energies of the foods that we eat, we emanate those energies. And part of our sustaining energy is that of others. If we do not have others around us, if we do not have that connectivity, we all of a sudden will pass. Our life essence will slow. I know that there are those out there say, "Oh, I don't need anybody. I don't need anybody around me. I don't want anybody around me." I know that there are those out there that say that. They say it on a regular basis, But I'm going to tell you now, it's not so. It is not so. It is absolutely not so. Right? They may have the desire to have that isolation for a period of time. They may have it. They may want to have that isolation of, I don't want to speak to anybody right now. They may have that, that moment of just inner dialogue. But it's not a thing that is going to be sustaining for anyone, right? Our brothers, our sisters. It's not a healthy way of being. The pros and cons of having certain people in your life or around your life. Your experience of what you've had with them can be a roller coaster at the best of times, right? It can be a roller coaster. It could have the positive, the negative, the elevation of celebration, which I like. I like that part of it. Right? It can also have the effects of that you're just being used and abused for somebody else to attain their life, maintain their standard. Yeah. It can be like that at times. But these are the things that are the cycle of life. And of course, we still have the choice of how far we want to participate in that at all times. At all times. But it's up to us to decipher, well, okay, then this is how much I'm going to give. This is how much time I'm going to give to this, to these people who want to be in my life or part of my life. This is how much I'm going to give to them. And I'm going to tell you now that we, as a people, we cannot survive. We cannot survive, right, if we isolate ourselves to the extent of that we do not want them to even exist. And I'm talking about global here. Global. Because there are people of all different types around this world. The thing that we are more distressing ourselves with, probably in our analytical look at life and at people, is their actions and the results of their actions upon other people. Because if you talk in general, and if you talk to the extent of that, well, you know, these people are people who just go around and they keep murdering, they're stealing resources, acquiring resources without the fair share of social development, right? So they're just taking them, and they're reaping the benefits of this to develop their societies, their systems, but they're not sharing it with others in a fair manner. How can we be saying that we don't want anyone around us like that? Because if that is the case, then if that is the case, right? And I want you to look at yourself. I want you to look at yourself and be perfectly honest here. Perfectly honest, right? Because it's very important we put this into proper contextual view here for ourselves to see where we stand on the scale of what we are measuring others to. For all the things that the bad has happened to you, could you honestly say that you have never done anything to anybody in your whole life? Could you honestly say that your actions has not caused any harm to anyone? Could you honestly say that what you have been used to, or your lifestyle has not implicated anybody's life in any way? For instance, just a simple thing. The majority of us have telephones now, the mobile telephone, an accessory, right? It's just an accessory because there are other means of communication that we could use. Just a telephone. And I'll bring it back, and I will bring it back to the Africa as well, that we are very aware of the coltan that has been mined in the Congo, where the majority of the coltan comes from, right? It's a mineral that they use to maintain the charge of batteries, right? So that you can utilize your cell phone, right? So the majority of the phones have that, right? There are those services or those phones that are conflict free. In other words, they don't utilize their mineral and the services that they do use to make the phones, that they are free of conflict In other words, that there's no any way that they've had to acquire the parts for that or making in them, that they have been ethically done, right? So it's a conflict-free phone. Okay, yeah, there are those phones out there, right? There are those phones that are manufactured and services that are available to us, right? That even if we researched outside of the networks that we are using on a regular basis, that we can actually find a network that works directly for us. And obviously all the resources, the monies and everything else will go to an organization or a person, right, that will look to the welfare of people who look like us. The ethical, I'm talking about ethical living right here. There are banking services that we could utilize that is away from the mainstream, right? Are we utilizing those services? Obviously, the simple thing is that as we earn our monies or receive monies, are we putting it into the hands of people who look like us on the majority of the time? Are we doing that? Away from the taxations and the charges of just living in an area, which is ridiculous in some cases, you know. How can we, in all honesty, how can we be here talking about them when we haven't put us or we in a position of free ethical living? My daughter she made a summarization towards myself, and she said, Dad, you want to do something, but you need to help yourself. And I say, is that what you see? And she said, yes. And I smiled at her, and I thought, you know what, I'm not gonna tear her down or defend whatever, right? Because by the actions, by what she sees in the time, in the space or the time that we are together, she recognizes that there are things that she sees that I need to do. That's what she sees. Whether it be true or not, right? Whether it be true or not is irrelevant. It's the fact that she sees something that needs to be done, right? Now you have to understand that woman there, she's a very determined, single-minded person, as I discovered by leaving her in my place for one day. Come back and find out everything them done. But you know, they have, let's say a person has their parameters of what they feel that, you know, somebody should be like and how we should live and everything else. but it's not necessarily so if you don't know what the other person's story is. So the only thing is that when we're in discussion here on the galaxyforwe.net Grand Rising show here, is that we're looking at ourselves. So as you when you go on with your day today, I ask that you just take note of all and on who is around you. And to think about the ethical side of it, because, you know, although we've covered this subject on many occasions on the Galaxy by various other presenters and by some of the callers as well, guests, we have been able to distinguish the difference of how we can benefit, what we can benefit from, and establish the different services that are readily and available to us right now. If anything, I feel that we're in an extremely strong position at this time. We are in an extremely strong position at this time to make that independent move, to make that movement of that we are not relying so much on a system that does not support us. Right? It may, if we were to do a complete analysis of our whole life, how far would we go, or could we go? I think in most cases it probably would be like 70 to 80% of our life choices would actually change. Yes, 70 to 80%. Right? To have that pure, non-conflict, ethical life that many of us would love to have, to think the thought of equal justice, right? Good living with each other, no matter where we go on this planet. Right? Our presence will probably be a challenge for most of them, but obviously for us, we'll be living in that our ethical standard of life. And the thing is that there is no reason why you cannot be living towards that right now. Because we all have a choice. We all have a choice. Yeah. I remember one of my first actions, right? And it was based around the time of the New Cross fire. And it was actually a direct result of the march of the New Cross fire. And we were walking down Fleet Street. Fleet Street at the time was the center of the media, right? Fleet Street was the center of the media, with all the major newspapers, the news reports. That was the main street. So if you had a story or whatever, it would be Fleet Street. All the reporters would be gathering there. All the buildings, all the businesses, everything was there. Right. So And the reason why is because of the way how the press leading up to the march portrayed us as black people, right? We reported on it. We reported on it through our mediums because we had black papers. We had black local papers. We had our stations, our community stations, and we were reporting on it, right? From all aspects, we're reporting on it. Yeah. Being a young man at the time, I was subjected to racial taunts, right? Abusive behavior by the police. Yeah, yeah. They you know, whichever way you would look at it, they would come at us. They would come at us. And for many of them, for many of the young people at the time, we was an absolute target for them. And this was one of the demonstrations, although it was in the fact of that the police and the system was doing nothing towards highlighting and trying to investigate the deaths and exactly what happened of these young people. And I think what it was as well, it wasn't so much the elders, it was the young people, because they were all of our age, our generation. And nobody wanted to stand up in a positive manner to state anything in support of us. And of course, every negative connotation was being spewed out through the medias at the time, which was a regular basis. Basically, they would blatantly, rather like some of the presenters that even now that exist even now, some of the presenters that exist even now that still spill out their negative connotations towards us as black people, calling us immigrants. Yeah, your backside, yeah. Earlier, they call it as immigrants, right? Refugees and all them things there, right? And feel that it's okay. Oh, it's just a description. Well, that's what you are, isn't it? That's what you are. And the thing is that it's not the fact that we're in a position, or some of us are in that position of that we need to find safety for our lives. We need to find safety for our families. It's the fact that what caused us to be in that position in the first place. That is the hurtful thing. What causes us to be in those positions in the first place? That is the real conversation. Yeah? Ethically. When we look at that, we see the injustice. We feel the pain of all of those who are going through that injustice, that time of that, wow, am I going to actually be able to live? These people here, they're just hell-bent on killing us. Can you imagine? Can you imagine now you are moving through the Maya? I'm going to call it the Maya of Northern Africa, to go through Europe. And you go through the entirety of Europe to get to the water edge, and then you're going to head to an island called UK. Right? And look at the size of the UK compared to where you're just coming from. Right? They've literally traveled halfway around the world. Well, not literally, but you know, they traveled a good distance just to come to see if they can find some peace or unity. And even along the way, the way how people have treated them, mistreated them, abused them, murdered them, they still want to come and live in that life. And of course, when we do the return journey, for all of us who have lived here, we tell those who are there, please don't do it. Please don't come. Where you are, you could build a better life. You could build a more satisfactory life. It may seem like you have nothing here. It may seem like, you know, things are difficult. But the fact that we are here and we're conditioned to be scared, not only of those who don't look like us, but those who look like us as well. We're living in fear 24/7. We're living like that. Some are delusional to the level of that they don't even recognize and realize the Maya that they are actually living in. They don't even recognize and realize that. They say, well, I'm all right. I'm okay. I'm all right. My family's all right. Until the day when they get a knock on the door and one of their family is caught in the middle. Is caught in the middle of a altercation where they've been arrested, they've been injured, murdered, and then their reality of where they actually are hits home. Yes, we could go do that. We could go and find ourselves like it was mentioned not too long ago, actually. And I'm sure it was by Prophet Musa, right? And I know that we spoke about it on many occasions, or on a few occasions, a few occasions in the Fathers group. I know that we've done it about buying a swathe of properties, and then forming a community. A community where we're self-sufficient. In other words, we would have a community buy shoppings, and then education, home education. Basically, just build our own village in that way. Yeah. We've seen, listen, there's been an attempt, many attempts to to elevate ourselves from out of where we are. There has been. There's been many times of when we said, you know what, I would love for us to just go and just buy an island, get an island for ourselves. To just get away from all what is happening around me and just have peace, nice people around me. We've all had that dream and that desire. We've had it. But the things that we can do now is more important to what we can aspire to. We can set the foundation now. We can set the foundation now. Can you imagine now if we took action towards that freedom every day? Every day we take that action towards that freedom. How would you look? How would you look this time next month? On the 1st of next month. How would you look? How would life look at you? How would life look at you? What would those who look at you say? What would those who look at you say? We have to set our standards to the highest ability that we can achieve. If you're not comfortable with what, where, who you are right now, right today, if you are thinking more negativity on the opening of your eyes than positivity, there's something wrong, and something needs to change. Something needs to change. What it is, only you know. But you have to be absolutely 100% honest with yourself. You have to be absolutely 100% honest with yourself. That is a deep journey, deep conversation that we on the Galaxy are willing to help you through. All you got to do is just put it out here, see what's happening, see what we can do, see where your life journey can actually take you. The amount of services that we have presented to you over the years, over the time, with the amount of services that are available to you, there's no real reason why right now that you cannot resolve almost, I would say, a good 70% of your problems, of your situations. There's no reason why you cannot. We have it here. We have it here. But the thing is that we can't be doing the patchy all the time. Right? We can't be patching it up all the time. We probably have to upgrade ourselves to a better quality, more durable, more efficient life for every one of us. And what does that take? It takes you to reassess yourself. And very, 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 very serious about this. You have to reassess yourself. There's no two ways about this. Everybody has to do this. Everybody. We like to look at those people who have been successful in life. And those who are willing to actually discuss their journey will only say that, you know what, even though you may see me where I am right now, this is only part of where I'm going. Right? Some of them say, well, I don't even know how this happened, but you know what, I was on the way to doing something, and then, you know, this is where I'm at right now. Yeah. But you notice they are doing something. You can't just be sitting down there smoking weed and drinking the liquor all day and every day, talking about the negativity of life and all them things without planning something. Ups and downs in life may call you to reassess where you're there. May call you to do that. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Reassess, yes. Lines are open, 0203-289-6504 as we reach to the top of the hour, 8 o'clock hour. Right here on the GalaxyForWe.net. Grand risings to one and all. Grand risings to one and all. Peace is my nature.
I'll have a one-way ticket away. I'm gonna fly away. Mama Africa, the black man's paradise. This is so pretty, so beautiful, so nice. The air so clean, it's such a beautiful scene. The mountain tops and the pretty tree tops and the deep blue streams. Sweet Mama Africa, the place that I belong. I've been struggling in the West for oh so long. I miss the sweet vegetation, the roots and the sweet inspiration. When I think about Africa, you know I feel so bad. To the east, so me have to make a try. No matter what they say, yo, I got to find my way. Africa, it is a blessing from God. I'm going back to the motherland. I sing one black love as me trot along. Every black man, them are my brother man. So me no want Babylon kill another one. I'm going back to the old land. What I think feel nice when the rain land. Me want me ticket right now. Why you hold me not have nothing to wait for? Every black man know we sing repatriation. I'm going home. You can come if you wanna. Holy land they are gonna. I'm going home. We say back to Nigeria. Invest some money in a Kenya. People hear me warning. You know you say Mama Africa she calling. But if you leave now, me no in a stalling. You know go work one way and be harding. Well, every plumber, every builder, every carpenter, every doctor, every lawyer, and every teacher, every cleaner, yo, every law officer. Say Mama Africa, she has a place for you. I'm going back to the motherland. I sing one black love as me chatterland. Every black man, them are my brother man. So me no want Babylon kill another one. I'm going back to the old land. What a thing feel nice when the brain land. Me want me ticket right now. Me no have nothing to wait for. Every black man know I sing repatriation. So me a fulfill the dreams of Marcus Garvey. Me a build a university over Mali. Every day me would have play the youth Bob Marley. Every black man fi know their true identity. What a thing when me touch on this Ababa. I'm a start grow me locks, but I want to see the Baba. I still a see teachings the whole world of alpha. So we fight, we rise no lamb to no slaughter. So me check myself and me stay bright. Big up Mandela, yo, who find apartheid. I'm going back to the motherland. I sing one black love as me trad along. Every black man, they want me brother man. So me no want Babylon kill another one. I'm going back to the old land. What a thing feel nice when the brain land. Me want me ticket right now. My youth me no have nothing to wait for. Every black man know we sing repatriation.
Why I telling you, I was on the plane already. I'm on the plane already. Oh boy, I telling you, what a beautiful feeling that will be. Yeah, that's a beautiful feeling that would be. If you never, and it's always been one of those things, you know. I know I'm laughing, but I have to look at it in a jovial way. You know, I have to look at it in a jovial way because, Lord, listen, one of them things, you know, some of us who have never experienced the beauty and the essence. And when I say essence, I mean the strength and power of our journeys when we put foot on that piece of land that's Africa. Telling you, it's a different thing, you know, different thing that. Oh boy! Anyhow, over the last, let me tell you something. All right, then let me just talk about this thing, yeah. Right, going to the Africas, man. Beautiful comparison, right? You know, as you're young and you're growing up, you just have this thing about that you go to where your parents they're from, right? Jamaica, in my case, right? Never been to any of the other islands in the Caribbean, by the way. Well, no, I have recently, but up until that. Prior to going to Africa, I never been to any of the other islands. But anyhow, so we did it. You know, Jamaica. And although you know it's a family place. It's a family place, right? So anytime I'm down there, I'm with family, a few people that I know from around the way and everything, and you know, and I saw life go. Anyway, so we did it, and there was always that thing of that, you know, it's nice, you know, but it always seems like a fun time, holiday time. Connectivity was always with conflict. What's going on here? Why all of a sudden that going so? Hold on, my people. Just a second. Let me just try to start something now. Yes. So everything there was always a conflict, right? And when you analyze it, because obviously when you're young, you know, you hear the stories of the life and the life of how things have been, and what the results were, and you know, the wars, the conflicts of the different parts of the Caribbean and Jamaica and everything, and then the slave amalgamation, you know, assets of it, and we're very aware of all of them historical events there, right? But it was always regarded, for me personally, because as I've shared on many occasions, that, you know, my mother always tell me, say, that we're not Jamaican, we're African. We're from Africa. Yeah. We're not Jamaican, we're from Africa. Right? I know, and that was a very strong part of her identification, right? Or that is, sorry, she's still alive now, you know. 89. Anyhow, so, you know, this is one of those things that you have to, that was my context of how I could take that. Yeah. So, you know, although, you know, some people come and say, yeah, I'm a Jamaican, and then they totally dismiss themselves from the fact of being African. And then, like, obviously, you know, it's facing the reality again. Facing the reality of who you are, where you are. And even if you face the reality, does your reality line up with what you are, where you are, and how you are right now? Yeah. The thing I want to bring to you as well, the energy. Let me tell you something now. And this is one of the first time I went down to Africa. First time. Right. I went there. And I'm going to Egypt. Very, very, very fortunately, I was in a group that we were touring the historical places of Africa. Very, very, very fortunately that I was with them. And in me, while I was touring, it was a completely different experience to what I had experienced in my mind's eye. And it's not the naivety of the place that I was looking at or looking to see, you know, like, oh, where's all the animals and where's all these people who are living in on the borderline of poverty and all this stuff. No, I didn't go with that in my mind's eye. I'm very aware of the technological advancements of many of our people around the world. The fact that not all of them have that to their disposal. I'm very aware of that as well. But it's a fact that the history that was there was of building of civilizations and societies that were far beyond what is even in existence today. And they did it with less people. They did it with less, I would say, advanced technological and abilities people, right? They had literally cities that you could actually see The size of their places were the places that you could see, right, from space. Just like how they said, oh, you can see the wall of China, or identify the wall of China. We had buildings larger than that. We had constructions far bigger, larger than that on the continent of Africa. You're looking in the wrong place. Civilizations for generations were in existence far before all the honor, right? Right? About you're taking minerals and diamonds and golds, and we used to use those as ornamental jewelry, ornamental items. And look on you. You'll take that make your economical strength on that. Our strength was feeding and providing for other people. Feeding and providing for our people. That is our wealth. The fact that you feel so that is based upon minerals. And if you are using it, how are you using it for the betterment of the global people? This is the thing about this is about the conflicts and the ethical side of life. The rewards that many are seeking is not just the financial, it's the actual rewards or benefits to everyone. And it's only you can see that only be emulated and shared and allowing others to prosper through the unification of everyone working together within the African systems, the ancient African systems. I'm gonna have to separate that as well. The ancient African systems. The African systems of ancients were extremely successful to the extent of that they had so much wealth, that no matter where they went, they could actually influence the wealth of others. They had so much that they could go there and make a difference by contributing to their societies and still maintain and sustain theirs. You hear that? That is the amount of wealth that they had. So when you see and hear of those and read of those who they were in silks, fineries, cottons, the clothings that they wore was so advanced that people from the Europes, when they came to see they would treasure those materials and they would bring it for their wives. They would bring it for them and their wealthy people. They would bring those cloths because those people in the Europes, they weren't producing things like that. They weren't even producing clothing like that. And remember, this we're talking hundreds of years ago, right? Not so long ago, 80 years or so, when they were calling after their World War massacre, they were calling for their so-called allies from around the world to help rebuild the country, because what? They didn't have enough people here to even sustain their own society like they like now. It's only because they're too damn lazy to get off of them backside to come and do the work themselves. They're still calling for people to say, come, help rebuild your motherland, the land that came and destroyed your society. Come and help rebuild it. And those who were capable did come. And when they came, they saw how backward the people were. They should have woken up and realized. They should have woken up and realized that wait, you mean say, I saw them treat their own people. They might treat them like dog on street. And then not only that, they want to put you behind those that they were treated at the time. They want to put you behind that. But shame and pride for some of us that they didn't want to return because of the big chat. Instead of go back and tell the truth of what was happening and stop the mass migration of those who were coming over here. They should have told the truth. I wish they had told the truth. They should have told the truth. And when they realize, say, hold on, no matter what we do to these people, yes, sir, them still are gone, them still arise, they still stand up in a life. Them still have dignity, no matter what we do to them. You see you? You see how you stay? Don't let it be the last thing that you hear. Don't let it be the last thing that anybody will say about you. As I said at the top of the hour, if you feel uncomfortable where you're there, what is happening with you, what is happening to others that you see, there has to be a change. There has to be a change. And as you think of it now, put something in place to make the action. Be part of the new revolution or re-evaluation. We can go with that. Be part of the new re-evaluation. Be part of the new life that is out there for us to experience in every way and any way that we can. Right? Sure. Lines are open 0203-289-6504. What do you say?
The poor one, don't let them suffer no more. You can hear the people are crying. You can say the people are dying. You can hear the children are crying. You can say the children are dying. Help them, Jaja, come help them now. Don't let them suffer no more. I don't know why the poor men are suffer so. I don't know why the poor men are feel it so. Come, Jaja, come. Only you can save us now. Come, Father, come. Only you can deliver us now. We lay in true light. Boy, yo, yo, yo. Suffer them, I suffer so. We have to get away now. Suffer, we are suffer so. But we have to get over now. By the sweat of my brow, I've got to eat some bread. Share it with the poor one. Cause the hungry got to be fed. Boy, yo, yo, yo. We lay in July. You can hear the people are crying. You can see the people are dying. You can hear the children are crying. You can hear the children are dying. Help them, Jaja, up, help them now. Help them, Jaja, ya fi help them. Help the poor man. Help the poor woman. Don't let them slip in the gutter. Don't let them stand here and suffer. No, no, no way. Boy, yo, 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 yo. Boy, yo, yo, yo. We lay in true light. Help them, Jaja, ya fi help them now. Help them, Jaja, ya fi save them now. Save the babe and suckling now. Boy, yo, yo, yo. You can hear the children are crying. You can see the children are dying. You can see the mothers are crying. You can hear the fathers are dying. Help them, Jaja, ya fi help them now. Help them, Jaja, ya fi help them. Save them, Jaja, ya fi save them now. Don't let them go down in Babylon. To help them, Jaja, ya fi help them now. Help them now, ya fi help them now.
Boy, I tell you, it's like you're rolling silent this morning, eh?
Ooh, yeah, my baby. Yeah. When the rain starts falling, you're looking for shelter. You realize you should never ever leave your happy home. Yes, when the rain starts falling, you're looking for shelter. You realize you should never ever leave your happy home. Whenever I need you, you're never around. The last time I saw you, you were heading out of town. Means nothing to you no more. Maybe one day you might change your mind and let me taste your lips of wine. When the rain starts falling, you're looking for shelter. you realize you should never ever leave your happy home. Yes, when the rain starts falling, you're looking for shelter, you realize you should never ever leave your happy home. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Whenever I need you, you're never around. The last time I saw you, you were heading out of town. Am I too blind to see you playing that same old song for me? Gotta face reality. Maybe you don't even want me. So when the rain starts falling, you're looking for shelter. You realize you should never ever leave your happy home. Yes, when the rain starts falling, you're looking for shelter. You realize you should never ever leave your happy home. Yes, when the rain starts falling, you're looking for shelter. You realize you should never ever leave your happy home.
My minds.
She'll make you so happy if you treat her tenderly, but she'd certainly blow your mind if you treat her unkind. But she's the only one who can make you feel like man. Oh yes, you're a woman. She'll never turn you down. She'll always be around. She'll fight for you like hell. When things go wrong, she'll make them well. She'll give a helping hand. She always understands. Oh yes, you're a woman. When your friends all turn you down and there's no one else around, she'll give you tender loving care. She'll carry any cross you bear. 'Cause when God made this land, his greatest gift to man was certainly a woman. All turn you down and there's no one else around, she'll give you tender loving care. She'll carry any cross you bear. 'Cause when God made this land, his greatest gift to man was certainly a woman. She'll make you so happy if you treat her tenderly, but she certainly blow your mind if you treat her unkind. 'Cause she's the only one who can make you feel like man. Oh yes, you're a woman. She'll never turn you down. She'll always be around. She'll fight for you like hell. When things go wrong, she'll make them well. She'll give a helping hand. She'll always understand. Oh yes, you're a woman. Oh yes, you're a woman.
More and a lot has happened since stage life and my life changed. I had sicknesses and I moved from America to Switzerland and retirement set in and things changed.
And that's how the book starts. This beautiful wedding starts actually in this hotel. You go back to your house in Lake Zurich, not far from here. And then a series of revelations happen. You feel a bit weird on your wedding day, a bit tired. And then you had a stroke.
I think I had overdone something, some kind of way, but I went to hospital to find out what this cramping sensation was. And they put me on the table for MRI, we call it. And they said the blood pressure went up. And I said, oh, it's always up, because I always had high blood pressure. Immediately they took me in and say, it's a mild stroke from the back of the head. And then they took me down the room and I didn't believe it. I said, stroke like that. They left the room. Flop, hit the floor. The whole right side was gone. And I thought, what have I done? I really have had something because I can't move. And I used all of my willpower I wanted to get back like I was. I didn't believe, I thought I was the ultimate person to fix things. Right. So they said, well, how you do that, don't give in to it. It'll come back. It was a mild stroke. It wasn't a heavy one.
And you were 73 at the time?
At the time, yes.
And did it affect your singing at all?
Well,
obviously when you couldn't speak, but once your speech came back, was your voice still there?
Actually, I had retired. I haven't actually tried to sing since, but I'm sure I can. Oh, yes, I still have. Yeah. After we got rid of the stroke, then the swindle started, this dizziness. So they found out what that was in the inner ear. We corrected that. And then after that was the kidney thing. They found that, that was this one next, the colon.
Yeah.
So they said, okay, we'll have to cut half of it out.
And because it was cancerous.
Yeah. So then they said, only one of your kidneys are functioning. Actually, what happened was I stopped medication for kidney because I was tired of the medicine and I wanted to see what I felt like, my old self, because it has the blood pressure medicine holds you, it restricts you a little bit.
Yeah. So your energy had gone.
The energy, yeah. And so then I thought, I'm stopping it. I'll go back to homeopathic medicine. Well, the homeopathic medicine wasn't strong enough for what my problem was.
Right.
And that's why the kidney reacted and failed. So I went to the doctor and he said, your kidney numbers, they are totally down. What have you done? I said, well, I stopped the medicine. So then he says, well, your other kidney is gone. It's now you have no kidney.
Did he say you'd been foolish?
No, the Swiss people are like the English, they have manners. So I said, oh, so what happens? He said, if you don't maintain, if you don't do what we recommend, you will probably die. So I said, well, if it's time, I felt like I'm late 70s. My mother died at 84. My sister died at 74. I thought maybe this was my time. In Buddhism, you accept the life and the death. Yeah, I was ready. I just thought that it's my time.
You'd even checked out assisted suicide.
And I did once earlier. Anyway, death is not a problem for me. I don't really mind leaving.
Right.
I know a lot of people don't think that way, but I'm happy that I do because it's something that is inevitable. So anyway, Irvin said no. They said to Irvin, you can live with one kidney. So Irvin thought, Irvin said to the doctors, can I give her one of mine? Something similar to this. I wasn't there. And then he found out that he doesn't need two kidneys. So then he came to me and said, Tina, you don't have to make this decision now. I can give you one of my kidneys. I said, oh, Irvin, you're young. I'm already older. It's okay. You just get used to me not being here. Oh, no, he didn't want that. So then he talked me into him taking on one kidney. So I said, well, no, I have to talk to the doctors. And then I talked to them about Urban and what will happen to him, because he was still quite young. And I did feel like I was older. I was already in my 70s. So why should I take the kidneys from a young man and let him finish his life? That's what I felt like. And he said, no, my life is fine how it is. I'll give you one of my kidneys.
Yeah. So the obvious question is, you're 79 next month. You've had your stroke, you've had cancer, and you've had a kidney failure and a kidney replacement. How are you, Tina?
I'm happier than I've ever been in my life. I'm happier than I ever thought that life would become for me. So that means that most of my hardships came while I was young and growing up. And in the last days, when normally people suffer from old age and sickness, my happiness came. I'm really thoroughly happy.
And how is your health?
It's very good. I go to the doctor now once a month for them to just check to make sure everything is going. I take medicine once a day that I have to for the rest of the life. And I did fall a couple of days ago.
You're most welcome to my YouTube channel. Make it a point to subscribe to Molinda Henry at home.
Trying to be too clever now, isn't it?
If I could rule this whole world, man and woman's hearts would be free, yeah. But some that happiness can be bought for a fee. If I could rule this universe, love would fall like a rain on those who are less fortunate and on those without a name. Just because never in this world happiness could be sold. I'm telling you, yeah. Never in this world happiness could be sold. I'm telling you, yeah. Never in this world happiness could be sold. I'm telling you, yeah. Never in this world happiness could be sold. Never in this world happiness could be sold. If I could rule this whole world, man and woman's hearts would be free, yes. Just to live in love and harmony. Just because never in this world happiness could be sold. I'm telling you, yeah. Never in this world happiness could be sold. Oh, you got to believe it. Never in this world happiness could be sold. I'm telling you, yeah. Never in this world happiness could be sold. Never in this world happiness could be sold. If I could rule this whole world, love would fall like a rain, yeah. On those who are less fortunate and on those without a name. Just because never in this world happiness could be sold. I'm telling you, yeah. Never in this world happiness could be sold. Oh, you got to believe me. Never in this world happiness could be sold. Never in this world happiness could be sold. I'm telling you, yeah. Never in this world happiness could be sold. Never in this world happiness could be sold. Never in this world happiness could be bought or sold. Never in this world, happiness could be sold. Not for silver or gold. Never in this world, happiness could be sold. Oh, never in this world, happiness could be bought or sold.
Life has many a journey. Telling you. At the top of the hour, we should have our sister Shanice. Are you ready for me, sister Shanice?
Running wild and free. In a concrete jungle.
Bring some sunshine into our lives, man. Yeah.
Filled with misery. There's no inspiration to brighten up the day. So out of desperation, I would like to say, children of the ghetto, keep your head to the sky. Children of the ghetto, always in the news. Toughness is the motto, and bitter all the views, yeah. But deep inside the ghetto, there's a unity, yeah. That cancels out the sorrow and the misery. Children of the ghetto, keep your head to the sky.
Yes. One of our established groups here in the UK.
Children of the ghetto,
Summer Miles. One more, what?
I am addicted to music. I'm not addicted to no hard drugs. So let it play. I am addicted to music. So let it play. I'm not addicted to no hard drugs. So if you want to get high on music. If you want to get high, try music. If you want to get high on music. If you want to get high, try music. Oh, Natty want music. See Natty talk music. Natty dance music. Everything is music. Music is my heartbeat. It keeps me dancing in my sleep. Let my meditation so high. Extraterrestrial. I am addicted to music. So let it play. I'm not addicted to no hard drugs. So let it play. I am addicted to music. So let it play. I'm not addicted to no hard drugs. It's a universal beat. Keeps the people united through the stress and ills of life. Oh, we put you on a higher ground, yeah. No matter your color, race, or creed, open your heart, you'll get that feeling. The feeling of music is the feeling of love, yeah. The feeling of music is the feeling of love. Rastafari say.
Right. Our lineup for today here on the GalaxyForWe.net. Next will be our sister Shanice, and then followed by our brother Icon. Yes, look forward to that one still, you know. And then Ras Ezekiel, right, and then Jackie King. Yes, that will be up, and then return back with myself being hosting for the Black Father Support Group show. And that will be our lineup for today, as it stands at the moment. You never know what could happen during the day. I'm telling you, listen, life has its ways of dashing some things funny, you see. So we just be peaceful. We just be peaceful and happy. That's how it go. That's how it go. GalaxyForWe.net.
Music is my heartbeat. It keeps me dancing in my sleep. Let my meditation so high. Extraterrestrial, yes. I am addicted to music. So let it play. I'm not addicted to no hard drugs. So let it play.
I have to laugh. I have to share this one with you as well. Oh, the Sunday gone. No, is it Sunday? Yeah, Sunday gone. I'm there in a lesson. I'm doing a course at this particular time. Yeah. Anyhow, I'm doing the course, and this young woman, she looked like she was from the Mediterranean somewhere, you know, like Turkish or something or whatever, you know. Anyhow, so she turned around to me and said, "Oh, so you know, she's talking away about something or another, and then it came on to age business, and she said, "Oh, do you have any children?" And I said, "Yeah," because like she has 2 young children, And I said, yes. I goes, I've got a daughter and a son. And she goes, oh, so how old is your daughter then? And I said, 34. And she continued to, and then in mid-flow of her conversation said, did you say 34? And I said, yes, that's correct. And she goes, you said 34, right? And I said, yes, that's right. And she says, so how old are you then? Right? And I said, well, I'm 60 now. And she just looked, the look of shock on her face. The look of shock on her face. Said, what? And of course, there's a sister who's sitting behind me now, right? And then I said, well, because I'm assuming that I'm very similar to my sister behind you, right? And the sister said, yes, because I'm 58 now. And then she went into double shock. She just could not believe. She, you know when somebody's just dumbfounded. She was just struck, and she just couldn't stop looking, and she had to involve other people in her discussion. I can't believe that they're at the age. And I said, well, why do you say that? She goes, but you don't look it. You just don't look it. You don't look it. And I said, what it is that we as Black people, we are meant to be living here for 100 years plus, right? Your lifespan is 70 to 80. Ours is 100 plus, right? Second thing, no. And that made me laugh. That did make me laugh though that day, When is it? Yesterday, I was sorting out some paperwork for my mother, He said, this is how my brain gone now. This is how my brain gone. Not realizing that this woman is 89. 89, Rocks, Lord. Life are gone. 89. 89. Lord of mercy. So next year now, to turn 90. This is what I'm saying. We live to 100 years plus. You know? Strength in the body, strength in the mind. Yeah. Unfortunately, she's going through her things then with the Alzheimer's and all them things there, but still, the body is strong. The body's strong. And I want to say big up all those who are still living life. And we live life like we own it, man. And that's the thing, we do own it. We do own our lives. We do own all of the things that life has been throwing at us, trying to hold us down, hold us back. And we thrive. We thrive. Enjoy life, yeah. Enjoy life, because there's little things that are left for us to enjoy. And that is one of the things then that we can enjoy. Okay? Right then. Also, what I would like to do, I want to offer you, for all those who are listening and those who you think would be listening. As I say, we have to learn how to do what we need to do for ourselves, right? And part of that is having our own personal analytical look into our lives. So if you are interested in participating in a learning program, right? And when I say participating, what it would be is just a question and answer process. A question and answer process and an analytical look at your lives, right? So what we're doing, we're offering some free counseling sessions, right? Free counseling sessions at this particular time, right? So if you are interested, I'd be myself, and there'll be other brothers and sisters as well that will be available, depending on how many people are interested, right? So, and we take all ages as well. We take all ages as well. Okay. So if you're interested in doing some counseling or getting some free counseling, right, that you can get in contact with myself, right? So if you have a pen and paper, we can put that into action. Okay, I shall be offering it out later on as well, and over the next, I would say, 3 weeks or so, until we get enough of those who are interested, right? So at this particular time, it is free, but it is a limited spaces. It is limited spaces, I would say, right? But let's see how far we can go with this, right? So if you are interested and you want some free counseling sessions, which will last about an hour of time, right? If you're interested, it will be 079 50 200 899. Right, so that's 079 50 200 899. Now, what you need to do is just text your name and put counseling, or you can WhatsApp your name and put counseling, okay? And then we shall be contacting you, okay? And we'll contact you within that day, within 24 hours, in one way or another. Okay, so that's 079 50 200 899. Okay, so we could see how many of us could benefit from that. Right, so it's in the process of building something for our future. Right. Anyhow, so I'm going to say thank you for joining us on our Grand Risings this morning, and have a fantastic day. Have a beautiful, beautiful day, or as I would say, a blacknificent day. Okay, and I shall be back. I shall be back with you tomorrow morning, after our brother Ayo. I shall be back with you with the Blacknificent Radio Show, right? And as I said, at the top of the hour, we should be having our sister Shanice, right? Sister Shanice, and we shall be having brother Icon as well. Okay, so until then, have a fantastic, beautiful day.
You can call me Mr. Fix-It. If you're feeling lonely, 'cause you're one and only, boy has found a girl and run away. Just you reach for the phone, I'll be there at home. My name is Fix-It, and I'll be there. If your heart's been shattered, the pieces are scattered all across the ground of loneliness. Just you reach for the phone, I'll be there at home. My name is Fix-It, and I'll be there. Love is not a bed of roses, and life is not the game it seems. If you've been mistreated by your lover, now darling, come see me. And if you're feeling lonely, 'cause you're one and only, boy has found a girl and run away. Just you reach for the phone, I'll be there at home. My name is Fix-It, and I'll be there. I'll be there. They call me Mr. Fix-It.